We should never be okay with a man or a woman coming to lie that they have lost a child and they've never even had that child. We should never be okay with that. And to think that it will be so easy for him to change the narrative and then lay the burden on Evelyn because she is the weaker link.
Hello guys, it's your girl Patience Status. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscription box and put on the notification bell so that you don't forget any time I post a new video. Remember, I'm the queen of online gossip. So welcome to today's video. Don't forget to give it a like and leave a comment on the comment section.
So I always do that. So that is why I'm moving my phone closer so that I can also do the work that I need to do. A very happy Sunday to each and every person that is here. I want to talk about something very important today, but I also would like to give a piece of my mind to a few buffoons on this platform. This platform is full of buffoonery and a lot of chatter monkeys, and some of them really need to be reminded about a few things because apparently there are so many loud mouths on this platform. So some of the buffoons I'm going to be addressing gathered yesterday in their buffoon club, and they were all over the place chattering and hollering in their buffoonery. And I think it's important that I remind them a few things about how I do not condone and do not actually, have time, to let buffoonery slide, okay? So I'm going to be addressing buffoons and I'll be naming them, calling them by their names, those buffoons. There are about 7 buffoons on this platform that I'm going to be addressing very slowly and very calmly. Like I'm not going to be shouting. I need them to understand and to get the message loud and clear. Before I say that, I'm going to say something about this platform. TikTok is a social media app. It's just like society, but digital. Okay? Please block this dog called Six Simba. Make sure the dog goes where the other dogs are. Please make sure you send the dog to the right place. Take the dog where it belongs. Kindly. Thank you. I'm so glad the dog is out. I do not want any dogs barking on my platform today. This platform needs to be very calm and very clean from the barking of dogs. When you see a dog as my moderator, make sure you send the dogs packing kindly. So, anyway, this is what I wanted to say before I begin talking about. There are 3 things I'm going to be talking about on this platform. Of course, I said I'm going to be addressing the buffoons, about 7 buffoons, but then there's some things I want to talk about. TikTok is a platform, a social media platform, and it's a platform that fits all of us. It's big for all of us. Fat, ugly, small, short, toothless, Bibogoyos, everybody is fit to be on this platform. But one thing we must endeavor, even when we're on this platform, is not to be blinded by the open, shameless lack of integrity in this platform, and the way that people are actually very entitled, manipulative, and are stealing and are shamelessly and recklessly moving in this platform and thinking that it's something we should normalize. Dead loved ones to obtain money on this platform. It's not normal. It's not something we should be excited about to convene in a chatterbox and start yapping about. It's not something we need to protect. It's not something we should be excited about. It is something that we should call out. So I'll tell you some things about me that maybe some of you don't understand. The reason why I'm a free bird, and I've always said I will be moving to any platform until I'm blocked or I block, is because I do not want anybody on this platform to feel like I owe them anything. I don't owe nobody on this platform anything. I believe we are all adults in this platform and we are all responsible for everything that we do. But what I owe to myself first. I come first before anything else or anyone else. And that is why when I choose to talk about issues or an issue, I do it passionately. And I do it with the truth that I believe in. Just like the issue that I talked about. And it's unfortunate that we are in a place where people are gatekeeping for thieves and murderers on this platform. It is shameful, it is sick. But Junie ndiye anafanya mashavu zangu zinakuwa kubwa. Tafadhali, muongeleshe. I plead that you speak with your dad on my behalf, so he spares me after a bout of sex. Okay? Thank you. I hope you send that message to your father. So I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by that he-goat, that this platform, there are people who do the dirty work for the big wigs on this platform. So the dirty work that they do is, first of all, they will come out when the big wigs are planning a mchango. So they will be sent to bully people who are going to question and ask things. So these commercial flying monkeys are paid cheap coins, either through M-Pesa or by gifting them, or promises made to them about being taken care of. And then they do the dirty work. Every time unaona mtu anakuwa attacked kwa hii platform, ujue mchango inakuja. That's one thing I need to tell you. Lazima utaona vita na vitu, watu wanafufua vitu za ujinga. Oh, this, that. Oh, bwanake, oh, mtoto wake, oh, graduation. Just know, when people are planning to steal on this platform, they always start with bullying first. And the reason why they bully is because they want to cajole people who can call out them mchangos. There is no platform here that is doing genuine mchango. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just a way of stealing. Initially, these platforms were recruiting sick people, they were recruiting fake things, and they were doing things start the drama by sending their commercial flying monkeys. One of the biggest commercial flying monkeys on this platform is Peter Kioi. He's not just a commercial flying monkey, he's also a rapist. And not just that, he's also a child abuser. And not that, by the way, TikTok, please protect this live, because I'm going to be talking about child abuse. I'm going to be talking about violence against women. I hope that you protect this live. So he is the epitome of vileness and violence on this platform. So they use him because he has a foul mouth. And he actually is like their boy for pound, like their toy boy that they play with whatever they want. But this toy boy also has learned the skills of blackmail. That is how he has managed to survive on this platform. I want to look for the right words to describe Peter Kioi. I'm still looking for them. Like, I'm looking for the right word to describe how sick he makes me. You know, this tall boy, with a simple phone call, he comes on this platform and does the dirty work for people in this platform. But the toy boy, because of the way that the bigwigs here, Nyako, Jacqueline, the bigwigs have been failing in their organizations and the CBOs. So the bigwigs are also hungry. So they've not had enough money. And what happens when your mother cannot give you food? You start looking for food outside. And that is what happened to the toy boy. So the commercial flying monkey could no longer get money from the platforms that steal on this social, on TikTok. Because their CBOs, their organizations have gone down and their visibility has gone down. The gifters have suddenly learned that their money needs to go to the right places. So the toy boys are hungry. And when you do not dissociate from a toy boy when they're hungry, they will either eat you or start eating outside. But this toy boy decided to leave the cocoon so that he could start eating outside. And guess what he did? He decided, and let me say this very clearly, and I'm not going to mince my words. Peter Kioi is a thief, he's a thug, and I would call him a murderer because he falsified the death of someone. And he's a shameless man who has no respect for women and children. He's a person that I really pity anyone that associates with. And he's a man that thinks that he's going to get away with everything because that has been the precedent. And I believe that Peter Kioi needs to be exposed to the Kenyan media. And this news needs to go far and wide as possible. This is newsworthy content. Peter Kioi, 2 months ago, gave a phone call to Evelyn and told Evelyn that he needed to meet with her. This is how things happened. And so when they met, of course, because these are people who had associations before, Evelyn started talking about her prospects of leaving the country and everything, and the need for money that she had. So Peter Kioi decided that, oh, well, I think I can help you. Moderator will be blocked from this live. Thank you so much, moderators. So this is how it all started. So Peter Kioi akaambia Evelyn, is there anybody that has seen you pregnant anywhere? Evelyn akamwambia hakuna. Akamwambia basi hiyo ni mzuri. So vile alimwambia hivyo, wakaanza kupanga sasa. Akamwambia mimi niko na marafiki TikTok wanaweza kukusaidia. So mimi nitapanga na marafiki zangu na itakuwa ya kwamba when you came back to Kenya, you got pregnant for me. But we've had our differences, so we've not been in communication. And so the plan was Evelyn would come first to TikTok a few days after they had already put everything in place and change her account so that her account can be Mama Lemayan, because they needed to get a name. They needed to get a name for the baby. Peter Kioi looked for every other thing they could choose. At first, they wanted to say that the baby is sick in hospital with heart disease. But Peter was like, no. If we say the baby is sick with heart disease, TikTokers watataka kuja kuona mtoto kwa hospitali. Kwa hivyo hiyo haitawaka. So they sat again and they thought, oh, na je, ukisema mtoto amekufa na alikuwa na heart disease na tukwa tunaongea, but uliamua tu kuniambia as a father so that I'm aware. Plan ikaingiana. And that is when they started now the whole issue planned properly. Now the first thing they did was get a name for the baby. And the names for the baby, Jaya Lemayan. Jaya was picked from Facebook, and then Lemayan was supposed to align with Peter Kioi being a Maasai. So Mama Lemayan came, and if you look at her records, she changed her TikTok account to Mama Lemayan about a week before this whole saga started. So she was very aware of what was happening. And then she made sure she also did not post as much as she should have. Then it all started. They started having meetings while being very somber and mourning. The first meeting they had, they went to the morgue. And once they went to the morgue, they went and did all that and made sure it's on record. It was recorded. And then he posted first that his child had died. He got a picture from Facebook, then posted that his child was dead. After posting that his child was dead, he made sure he met with Chicha, whom he also sold the story about his child being dead. And then they went to the coffin, maduka ya masanduku, wakapiga video, wakakuja wakaweka. They were still putting a story for TikTokers to buy, which actually was bought by many TikTokers. And while they were busy posting the videos and creating a story about a funeral and the death of a child, they also made sure that they were very elusive about the meetings where the children, the family would be meeting. So what he did next was to call his fellow cartel members. And you all know, whether you guys like it or not, there was a reason why Peter Kioi reached out to MC Chris, because they are used to doing their dirty work together. You can't say that you are clean while you walk with thieves. That's just impossible. So we know the mchangos here, the way they work. Everybody here that is a top TikToker that has traffic, they all have a cut in mchangos. That is what happens here. So he called him and told him that his child had passed away. And then he asked him to call other TikTokers to let them know that his child has passed away, that he wanted mchango. So the lie that he's been propagating to say that hakukuwa anataka mchango, that is bullshit. Peter Kioi wanted money, but he just did not come out on TikTok to say that he wanted money. He wanted to use other people to do the dirty work for him. That is why he reached out to MC Chris, and then he reached out to MC Chris to reach out to other people. That is what he wanted. So he knew that by reaching out to MC Chris, because MC Chris is trusted by other people, and him, he is not trusted because of his history. So he knew that if he went to MC Chris is trusted by Trisha, trusted by the other one, Marketstian, is trusted by Kina whatever Gidaiga. So he knew that MC Chris was going to be his mouthpiece. So he sold the idea to MC Chris and told MC Chris, okay, my son is dead. I need help. And remember, when he first reached out to MC Chris, he told MC Chris that they even had pending hospital bills. Yani, they did not just kill a child, but they also created a fake hospital bill that never really existed. They made sure they admitted a child in the hospital. So MC Chris, being MC Chris, of course, talked to him and told him he's gonna reach out to his other people and tell them what has happened. But meanwhile, jishikilie na hii shilingi 10,000. MC Chris akachukua simu akapigia hao wenzake, akawaambia, mnajua Peter Kioi yako na matanga, amepoteza mtoto wake. So the other cronies, after hearing that, immediately Peter Kioi created a group, because he had put out the word through MC Chris. He didn't care that the other people were gonna be willing to do an open mchango. No. He wanted the group active and running. And then he made sure he put in as many people as possible. Then he was constantly updating and saying that they're doing burial plans for a child that did not exist. Let me make you laugh. Did you know that Peter Kioi and Evelyn tried going to City Mortuary to claim a dead body? Did you guys know that? Did you know? When initially people started complaining about wanting to come and see a body and wanting to actually come and visit with Peter Kioi and go view the body. Peter Kioi himself tried contacting someone to go help him with finding an unclaimed body in city mortuary. And then when that did not work, because those people asked him for money and he did not have that money. Those guys needed 112,000. He did not have that money. And at some point, that time when he was coming quickly to ask for 30,000, I need 30,000 right now. I need 40,000 right now. I need 50,000 right now. On that particular day is when he tried getting that money. But he couldn't raise enough. And then we found out. I was tipped. And then it all went dead. Peter Kioi, when he said that his child was dead, that is when we started investigating him. Because when he posted that picture, I said, this is interesting. I need to take this picture and find out this baby, huyu mtoto ametoka wapi. So I took that picture, went and did my own search, and then I realized that names were popping out, and I'm like, this is interesting. So I kept quiet and I told the people that we were working with, I told them that, okay, this guy does not have a child. This guy does not have a child. This guy for that child. So day one, I gave him the opportunity and I came and I said, I need you to understand that Peter Kioi does not have a dead child. Watu wakapuuza. But I knew what I was doing. I was waiting for him because I knew the next thing he was going to do was to try and forge documents. The first time I came, I went to Chicha's live. Chicha did not know what I was doing. So I asked him, you were able to go to Chira's, to go and view Chira's body in city mortuary when he had a brutal and bad accident. But you couldn't go see a small baby of 10 months old in a very beautiful morgue. So Chicha was like, see, wako anataka kutuone, sijui nini. I said, okay. Na matanga lilini, mazishi nilini. The day when I spoke to Chicha on his live, that's the day Chicha and Peter Kioi started having issues. And so Peter Kioi told Chicha that he's not on his side. He's not supportive. In fact, he cried on the phone for Chicha. He told Chicha that you are not being supportive, and me, I've supported you, I've supported everyone, I've protected you, but now you are not supporting me. Remember, the money had started coming in. All the platforms that raised money they got, each of them was promised 10% out of the money they were going to raise. So the platforms got an opportunity to raise the money even more because I was calling out Peter Kioi. So most of the people that were giving money out of the hatred that they have for Diana Ross, because they thought I was attacking Peter Kioi wrongfully, that I did not know what I was saying, I was being unkind, I did not want him to be supported, that I was just an inhuman person, I didn't care about him. And I'm like, okay. So the cartels met together. Don't think that the meeting at Boscan's platform was the only one. No. Everybody there already knew that Peter Kioi did not have a child, because they asked. Even Jacqueline knew, because she asked Peter Kioi na hakujibiwa. Alitaka kutuma mtu kukuja kukaa naye na hakujibiwa. Hata huyo Boscan alijua, aliuliza na hakujibiwa. including Nyako. She knew, but she did not talk about it. They were all aware. Usione wanajifanya hapo. Hata huyo Mwakio, hata huyo Tifi aliulizia. But they did not get the meeting place. They did not get anything, but they still kept quiet. So, because now the whole thing changed. Now it became about Diana Ross. They forgot about asking the questions they needed to ask Peter Kioi. And boy, oh boy, Peter Kioi rode on that. And you saw him coming live to attack me. And when he attacked me, all of those platforms and their leaders were on his platform. Charaza, Kanyaga. They were so excited, they recorded, they were repeating it again while they raised money for him. It became not about Peter Kioi mourning his child. It became about Peter Kioi proving Diana Ross that he can get help no matter what. And that is what happened. So they raised the money. The thieves raised money for their fellow thief. And so while all this was happening, they chose to also continue the narrative about planning a burial. When I put in pressure and I said that Peter Kioi needs to bring a death notification and a birth certificate that matches the death notification, that is when Peter Kioi woke up and decided to say that cremation is an option. Because Peter Kioi knew that if there was gonna be a real burial, it meant that Cindy, Nyakwar, and every other person were gonna show up. But he did not have a body. So what else was he going to do? He had to create the cremation narrative. Now that cremation narrative was to distract TikTokers and to move them away from the fact that now they were going to come to the funeral physically, as TikTokers are used to doing. TikTokers are used to going to funerals physically. They are used to giving speeches in funerals. They are used to eating in funerals, crying in funerals, fainting in funerals. And Peter Kioi knew that if he continued with the narrative of planning a funeral and he knew he could not get a body, it was not going to work for him. So something clicked his head and said, okay, I'm gonna make sure I tell these people that we are doing cremation and that Evelyn has no good relationship with her people. So the reason why he kept on talking about Evelyn not having a good relationship with her people is to wed away TikTokers, because it's so difficult for anybody to go to a funeral where already you've been told kuna tension kwa hiyo boma. So ushaambiwa ile boma kuna tension, na tena kutakuwa na cremation, which means it's going to be private, which means you are not going to be allowed to attend. So he knew his plan had worked, because first of all, there was not going to be a funeral, there wasn't going to be crowds, there was not going to be any meeting place, and so his plan was going as he had put it, and the money was coming in. But something happened in between. He decided that he's not also going to choose a morgue that is in Nairobi. He had to go look for a morgue that is in Machakos. So that morgue needed to be a private one also, because the private one also meant more money. And that is when the first day they showed up at that morgue, Peter Kioi and Evelyn wanted the morgue and the receptionist of the morgue to give them a document showing pricing and write for them like a proposed bill or something, invoice, so that they could have it stamped. And that was the document they wanted to give to Chris. But unfortunately for them, the morgue and the owners and everyone said, that's not how we work. This is a very simple thing. If you have a body, bring it here, we'll preserve it. You pay and we write you the receipts. We will tell you how much we charge per day by mouth. If you're interested, walk through our facility. We'll show you our facility and what happens in our facility. That was the tour that you saw them doing with Evelyn. And so they did the tour for the first day. They do the videos. And then the second time they did the tours, they went with Chicha. And then they passed by the place to buy the little caskets. And he started talking about how it's heavy to have a small casket because smaller caskets are heavier. And then on that night, he made sure he opened a live to express his pain as a father, to cry, to whip up emotions more, because it was important for him to continue bagging in money. He had taken in money and he was very, very excited about the money that he decided to be drinking and also partying and going out with women. So he had road trips. He had several places he was visiting. He was just being a happy man that was shopping all over the place and drinking. Meeting people, making phone calls, telling everyone in the group that he's completely stressed and that he needed help, that he appreciates their support, and that everything is gonna be fine. Now came the day when now I had questioned for the last time because I was waiting for him to come up with the documents. He forgot. I asked him thrice about the notification and I told him, Peter Kioi, it doesn't matter how much you insult me. You will have to produce that notification of death and the birth certificate. And I told him, I know why I'm asking you these things. If you do not produce these things, I will expose you. So the drama began. He started calling everybody, Trisha, everyone, started telling them how much they are not supportive. He called Collins, he called all these cronies around them, Changos, and told them that he's going through a difficult time. He's being bullied, he's being questioned by Diana Ross because Diana Ross hates him. He started creating a narrative when Chris was asking questions and people were asking questions about what I'm saying. He started saying that Diana Ross ananichukia. That will be forever my enemy. And right now she's even beating me when I have lost my son. What will I do with this woman? She's bullying me. She's harming me. So he continued reaching out to the cartels, Jacqueline and the rest. And the cartel platforms continued to bully me through the night. Edna did that, DDM did that, and Jacqueline did that because all that bullying was meant to silence Diana Ross. Unfortunately for them, Diana Ross did not shut up. She continued to talk. She continued to ask the documents. She continued to ask the questions that were needed. And then I started calling Chicha a thief. I made sure I started calling Chicha a thief because calling Chicha a thief would make him want to prove he's not a thief. And I said, Chicha is a con man that works with Peter Kioi. There is no child that is dead. Chicha is hungry and he's looking for money. So guys started asking questions in the group and the group questions were being filtered and only the admins could respond. So Chicha, because Chicha needs to continue eating and Chicha needs to decided, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna get hurt. I'm not gonna be damaged on social media. I depend on cheap coins. I depend on money here. So I have to find a way of knowing if this child is dead or not. So I'm gonna go to the mortuary. So Chicha woke up, talked to Collins and said, Ebu tuende huku kwa morgue. And so they went. And lo and behold, shock on them, there was no child of Peter Kioi that was in that morgue. None. So when Peter Kioi realized that Chicha had actually gone to the morgue with Collins before him without talking to him, he was called and he's like, okay, ninakuja tu saizi, mningoje, ninakuja hapa saizi. So alikuwa anapiga kifua because he didn't know that Chicha and Collins had gotten information already about what's happening there. So he came quickly. So upon arrival, because if he did not show up, it meant that he knew there was no child there. So Peter Kioi said, I'm going to play these people smart. I am still going to show up and show that I am innocent. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to show my face in the morgue to prove to them that I have nothing to hide. So he came and showed up. But when the heat was too much for him, he decided that he wanted to start playing some games in the morgue. He wanted to start drama so that everything that was happening there would be neutralized. So he started getting confrontational with Evelyn in public. He went and grabbed her phone. And that whole thing was supposed to cause chaos. And it was supposed to get the attention of everybody around that there. And then it was going to be chaotic. It's going to be noise. Then he was going to be, mbona umenidanganya? Mbona ulinidanganya ulinileta hapa ati kuna mtoto? Like, that is what he was planning to do. But then when Chicha and Collins did not fall for that hysteria, and they stood firm their ground, Peter Kioi started bringing up his phone. Namba ndio hii. Ebu, pigeni hii namba. Pigeni hii namba. Namba ndio hii hapa, pigeni. Ndio mjue mwili sijui iko wapi. Come on. That's when I told him, bullshit. There's no number that is being called. Who's gonna call any number? And I said, don't trust nothing from Peter Kioi. Out all that thing, and then the people left. So after they left, he went and started thinking about what he needs to do, because Tuko had taken his story and published it. Already Peter Kioi was trending on Facebook on all this gutter press that he had lost a child. So MC Chris, upon seeing what happened, was like, this shit is not going down like this. I'm not going down with this shit. I'm not associating myself with this shit. So Peter Kioi, you need to tell me where the documents are. So Peter Kioi tells Chris that, Chris, I need you to come tomorrow. I will show you the body and I will show you documents. That's a phone call that I recorded. You can ask MC Chris kama nadanganya. MC Chris called Peter Kioi, and Peter Kioi told him that, please come, I'm going to show you where we are. I will send you the location. I'm going to give you the documents, and I'll also show you where the body of the child is. Remember, Peter Kioi continued to lie even after leaving the mortuary. I want you guys to understand the pattern of this man. Even to insist that he has a body and documents, and so he wanted Chris to come down and see the body and the documents, while he knew for sure that there was no body and he also had no documents. So after they talked, MC Chris reached out to me and he told me, I need your advice. And I said, what's going on? And he said, well, Peter Kioi has called me. He said that he needs me to go tomorrow and see the documents and also get to see the body. Of course, me, I knew there was no body and I know there was no documents. And I told him, thank you, so. I told him, I don't think you're gonna gain anything by going there, because there's no body and there's no documents. There's no dead child. There's actually no child that was born, MC Chris. MC Chris is like, hey, Diana, are you serious? I said, yeah, there's no child. But because you want to satisfy your questions, go. Then MC Chris told me, okay, I'm going. And I also told him I don't have fuel. So Peter Kioi has sent me 5,000 for fuel. So he told me he's gonna send me a screenshot of the money Peter Kioi had sent him for fuel. I told him, Chris, I'm going to bed, but I believe that you're traveling, but your efforts are gonna be useless. You're not gonna get anything, but good luck. When I wake up, we shall talk. I went into bed and Chris went, and asked him, how far is this place? And he said, it's 45 minutes. I said, it's not 2 hours. He said, no, it's 45 minutes. I took our chana to hivyo. Oops, ngoja. Okay. So MC Chris went, just like he went. I hope all of you saw what happened when MC Chris went there. There were no documents. There was no dead child. There was no child that was ever born at all, just like I had told him. So MC Chris was shocked and all that. According to him, he started crying and all that drama that was there. So when all this drama was happening at home, our little toy boy ran quickly, and guess who he called? Can somebody guess who Peter Kioi called before he went to the police station? Can you write down there who he called? Can you guess who Peter Kioi called when he left MC Chris, when he was going to the police station? Guess who he called? Can you guess who he called? And nimeona answer hapo chini. And he told him, Ben, there's trouble in the mountain. I don't think we are gonna get as much money as we needed to get, because we thought that this thing would make sure we have a cremation or a burial as soon as possible, but there's trouble in the mountain because MC Chris has arrived home and I don't have any documents to give him. So I don't know what to do. Akaambiwa, now what you need to do, where are you going now? Then he said, I told him I'm going to the police station. Then he asked him, umemwambia unaenda police station? Ati bado sijamwambia. Ati okay, usimwambie. Sasa fanya hivi. Enda pale police station. Uende ukaambie wale polisi ya kwamba uko na differences na msichana wako na unataka kuzisettle without the police. You want to do them outside of the police because it's a family matter. You need money? Yeah, maybe I might need some money. Unajua lazima nipate pesa niongeleshe hao mapolisi. And then on that day, Peter Kioi received 16,400 from that individual that he talked to. So when he received that money, he went to the police station very confidently. And then he made sure he cleaned up everything. So MC Chris then calls him. Hello, uko wapi? Nimekuja kuripoti Evelyn. Nimekuja kuripoti Evelyn. So MC Chris said, mko police station gani? Ati we kuja tu huku penye niko hapa hii police station. Then he texts MC Chris the police station where he is. So we tell MC Chris, the foolish people that we are, okay, chukua Evelyn, uende na yeye, mfike kwa police station. Remember, when we were on the live, I kept telling MC Chris aite polisi. And at that point when I was telling MC Chris ita polisi is when ndugu yetu akakimbilia kwenda kushtaki nani? Kushtaki Evelyn. Connect the pattern of the story and the cartels. So while there was evil going in the ground, the cartel platforms on TikTok were also still pouring money and making sure that the issue of the police, because we said it live, was not gonna work. It needed to be taken care of. So Peter Kioi convinced the police that it was a family issue and he needed to sort it out outside. And he even informed them that MC Chris was coming. The police there told him, usijali, iko tu sawa, maneno itakuwa sawa, na akileta shida tutamuingiza ndani na tutamwambia asikuje hapa hata kurekodi chochote. So MC Chris, as usual, blindly came. He's busy there under the tree giving a story. He didn't know that every freaking thing had already been told and everything was not going to even work. It was a waste of time. And so the cartels also decided that, hey, MC Chris, you've done your part. Osha mikono yako. Nawa mikono uondokei maneno. Ati, mara MC Chris, are you safe where you are? Hey, chekesha. Are you safe? Hey. Umenawa mikono yako. You've done your best. Then all the narratives started, the lives started opening hapa kwa TikTok. Lives zikaanza kufunguka. MC Chris, jiondoe. And Nyako called MC Chris. MC Chris kama nadanganya kuja hapa useme. Nyako called MC Chris to tell MC Chris not to continue getting involved on the issue of Peter Kioi. Jiondoe. Haya, mwambia hivyo, akakuja tena kwa live. After calling him, she also came on a live and said that she has told him ajiondoe. But the message she was passing on her live was that, okay, mumeshampata, sasa mnataka kumfanyia nini? Nyinyi ni serikali, mnaenda kwa maboma za watu. Unaona, she started slowly by slowly, whipping up, trying to make Peter Kioi look like the good person. That MC Chris had already done his part, and therefore whatever happens, it's no longer the business of anybody else. Thank you, Z-Baby. So she continued opening her live. She's continued jumping from one place to another. Mwakio's platform, whipping up emotions, plus all the cronies and the buffoons. They sat together, started saying how MC Chris has done his job and it's not important for him to continue doing anything. It's not his responsibility. It was wrong for him to even have gone to anybody's home. That he should not have gone to Evelyn's. Ati wewe ni mtu wa serikali gani? Nani amekwambia unaweza enda? Ati she even went as far as saying that is not the process of going into anybody or dealing with it. You guys did not use the right process. And so when that live happened, they all gathered and they decided, because Diana Ross is being praised on TikTok, is being given accolades, we need to support our own. Nyinyi watu tusiwache Peter Kioi. Tufunike Peter Kioi, tusimwache. Wakaamua wacha watengeneze kikao. Ndio wakaenda wakakaa pale kwa kikao wote. The buffoons gathered in a meeting to do their buffoonery and to be, like I said, people who are shameless about many things. But nobody on this platform has ever stolen a dead woman's child's picture to come and say that that child is theirs. People lie here. No one is perfect. We are all having our shortcomings. But the audacity that Peter Kioi has to do what he did, and to think that there are some scoundrels on this platform that are protecting him, makes me sick to the stomach. This is why it's so difficult to change what is happening in Kenya, because these are the same people that are going to be voting in Kenya. These are the people that are going to be voting for the leaders in Kenya. These are the people that voted for Ruto. This is the kind of reasoning we have here on this platform, that they think it is wrong to pursue Peter Kioi. That pursuing Peter Kioi is personal vendetta. That pursuing Peter Kioi is harmful. That he has learned his lessons. Where did he learn his lessons? Because taking a path of justice is not a path of justice. Justice for the mother of that child, poor woman, who has to relive the memories of her lost baby again because of a greedy and hungry mongrel on TikTok named Peter Kioi. Justice for that morgue that he decided to put out, but in a negative way. It's not about the money. It's not the money. It's about what he said and what he did to get the money. People get money on this platform every day. It's not about the money. It's about what he did to get the money. It's a societal accountability, Harry Papito, for sure. We should never be okay with a man or a woman coming to lie that they have lost a child and they've never even had that child. We should never be okay with that. And to think that it will be so easy for him to change the narrative and then lay the burden on Evelyn because she is the weaker link. What's wrong is wrong. And we should call it out for what it is. There's something wrong with this platform. There's something wrong. There's something completely wrong with this platform. Yani integi marati di platform ni. I mean, how do you go to sleep after having such a shame that this is about a war between Diana Ross and TikTokers? You must be very stupid. This is about integrity. It has nothing to do with Diana Ross. It has zero to do with Diana Ross. So I'm gonna call out Nyako, because first of all, Nyako, you are a person that holds a platform in this TikTok. It was wrong for you to actually speak the words that you spoke. I don't want to repeat them because I do not want to derogate my platform. Your words were shameless. Those lives that you were holding, they were unnecessary. And they were very backward. I don't know, sometimes you act out of illiteracy, I guess. I think maybe it's the lack of exposure that you have. And I'm gonna call out Jacqueline Ombewa, because you, as a person that claims that you want to take care of little children, that you have schools where there are little children, should be on the forefront of calling out the behavior of Peter Kioi. I don't understand the kind of schooling that you achieved. I don't understand. In fact, yesterday I saw you behave sort of like a lapdog to Nyako. I heard you saying that, oh, Hata ukishukisha watu mali safi, as long as Nyako is up there, I'm gonna be here. Oh my God, when did you become Nyako's lapdog? My God. Like you would lower yourself to those levels? To lose yourself? That you claim to be an academician, but you cannot apply your academics and think objectively? I loathed your behavior yesterday. You made me sick. I'm like, where are we headed as a society? This is the person that is supposed to be opening a live to tell people about her integrity and thought process as being classy. I have always told you that there is nothing that is as dangerous as a hungry dog. Yesterday, a pack of hungry dogs gathered. Hungry dogs know no bounds. Hungry dogs are desperate. Hungry dogs don't know when to stop. Hungry dogs are like bottomless pits. And hungry dogs would be licking us incessantly. And they don't know when to stop. I must say, I'm very proud of Geoffrey, the comedian. I am so proud of Geoffrey. Listening to how Geoffrey stood there, he did not care if it was everybody against him. Geoffrey stood his ground. I must say, I am so proud of Geoffrey for standing his ground. I am so proud of Truth Watchdog because for the first time I listened to him and I heard him talk about how these people needed to be called out. I am so proud of Collins for standing his ground despite the fact that Mwakio, that slimy, slithery piece of mucus, meandering and malingering on TikTok, tried to demean Collins by telling Collins that you were helped by Peter Kioi. Now you support from someone. I am going to stand by my truth. And my truth stands. You're not going to silence me. I am so proud of those voices of integrity. Voices of integrity are so loud even when they are little. That whole live was full of people who lacked integrity and objectivity. People who lacked morals and exposure. Backward, loathsome people. And Geoffrey, Truth Watchdog, and Collins withstood the heat. And they said that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We are going to stand by our truth. And yesterday, I still remember the words of Geoffrey when he said, mwizi ni mwizi, wacheni kudanganya Peter Kioi. I remember the words of Truth Watchdog when he said, every day you keep on protecting this guy. People enabled him. I remember the words of Collins when he said that even though Peter Kioi helped me and I appreciate his help, that is not going to stop me from calling out what is wrong. That is how integrity moves. Integrity leaves a footprint. We need to be bearers of footprints of integrity. And the truth doesn't necessarily have to come from a perfect person. We all have shortcomings. The truth can come from the craziest places and the craziest people, but it will always be the truth. So I must say, I'm very, very grateful that we had people who actually believed that it was important for them to speak out. Your voice is your power, especially when you use it right. I loved how Truth Watchdog put it. He tried to put it in a way that people who are wiser would understand what the future held for individuals like Peter Kioi. But unfortunately, sometimes we might have things that are very educative. We might have a lot of nuggets of wisdom. But the sad thing is that sometimes even when you have nuggets of wisdom, they fall in the wrong places. Because what's the point of wisdom and the beauty of wisdom? Thank you, Pudi. If that wisdom is not consumed and taken in and applied. But still, thank you. Because you echoed what many people were thinking. Thank you for standing with the truth. Thank you for believing in that truth and speaking it fearlessly. Because that is what we need in this platform. Thank you very much. For those of you who gathered in a meeting and I listened to Edna saying that, oh, I will stand by Peter Kioi as long as it's against Punyi Diana Ross. That is what happens when you have a low IQ. When you have a blockhead and a lot of mud in your head, you cannot see anything objective. When you're blinded by hate and sycophancy, when your head is stuck up in someone's ass, there's nothing you can see. You spew garbage and stupidity. Why are you so scared of Diana Ross? What is it that I have that makes you very uncomfortable? I speak my truth fearlessly. And I'm just going to make this clear to you guys, that it doesn't matter how many meetings you gather. It doesn't matter how many times you try to bring Diana Ross down. I will still be standing. Your obsession is going to run you mad in this platform. But I do understand, and you guys, I've always told you that I am actually the person that puts coins on this platform, and you people don't want to listen. Now comes Malisafi's platform, because Malisafi is another big pretender. He went and opened his platform and then pretended that he wanted to ask and talk about Peter Kioi's issue. But we all know what happened when he opened his platform. It ended up being a rat chase of people yelling left, right, and center. Because he also needed those coins. So akakuwa Mboka, he derailed from the real conversations and the real issues because Mboka was apparently more important. And I do understand, because he has understood the Mboka language and the Mboka traits of this platform. Disappointed I might have been, but what can you do? When people have chosen a path, you cannot force them to deviate. Breño came first. I want to talk about loyalty a little bit on this platform. There are very few people who are loyal in this platform. Most people on this platform are looking out for their stomachs to speak with many people as possible. I will go to places where I'm welcome. In places where I'm unwelcome, I will respect and leave. But one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to help build platforms and I leave. That is who I am. I know the real character of someone. Interact with them. There are people who are just close to you in this platform because they want to gain something from you. There are people who will leave as soon as they cannot gain what they want from you. they will leave immediately. And there are people who will do anything to gain anything from people here. So you need to pick and choose. Watch the moves of people here. Pay attention to how people operate on this platform. Like I said, a hungry dog is so difficult to work with. A hungry dog is so difficult to work with. It's so hard to work with a hungry dog any day. And that is what is happening on this platform, because most people who are here do not believe in the truth and can't stand for the truth. They would rather be given little money and sit with it and move with it. It is their stomachs they are thinking about. Integrity has gone to the dogs to them. They don't care. They will eat you up alive if they have to. Whatever you need to do, as long as it brings you some coins, I'm happy. I'm a person that believes in empowering women. And empowering platforms. If you can use my name and gain some coins, if my name can help you not to sleep hungry, please, by all means, do it. I know how much power I wield on this platform. So tap into that power. Mention my name. If you can get coins, please do it. If you can eat by mentioning my name or screaming about my name, please go ahead. If you can gain relevance by talking about Diana Ross, please go ahead. I allow you. But there are some people I wouldn't even pay attention to when they scream about me. Even if they choose to scream and yell with all the birds and donkeys, I don't need to pay attention. Because I do understand that there are people who are growing and they are hungry. So I give people who are hungry an opportunity to grow and to eat in the process. This is a platform where when you speak your truth, you are the enemy of the people. And that is why we are raising dangerous generation. I don't have my platform. If I need to speak about anything, I'll always open my platform. But I love to I allow you to grow. And I do hope that we reach a place where we are going to be having conversations about truth in this platform, where women can start talking about issues that are of importance. Because yes, Chipomutu, as you said, we are raising monsters here. We are raising monsters, protecting monsters. And then tomorrow you're going to ask yourself, what's happened to this child of mine? While you are gatekeeping a thief on TikTok. So I do understand that Nyako, Jacqueline, Ombewa, Edna, Mwakio, those are platforms that are hungry. And Boscan, those are platforms that need to keep the noise on because they need the coins. You should reflect upon it. It's not worth it. And you know the saddest thing about this platform is that most of the people that are doing the dirty work are the women. It is the women that even suffer most in society, but they still do the dirty work. It is the women that say that, oh, mwizi wetu. It is the women that say, oh, weni wetu tutakuprotect. It is the women that put money in Peter Kioi's pockets. It is the women that have enabled Peter Kioi and his behavior on this platform. It is sick. You've been feeding a monster. There's nothing beautiful about Peter Kioi's behavior. There is nothing nice about his behavior. And Peter Kioi, let me just address you directly. I had told you before that you're like a little rat that I can step on and trash. Mimi, you cannot intimidate me in this platform. There are some little mongrels you can please in this platform. I'm not one of them. I know the truth about you. And I can assure you, kila siku sio Jumapili. Kila siku sio Jumapili. I hope you remember this one. Naulize mtu atakwambia. Peter Kioi, kila siku sio Jumapili. Ukumbuke. And for those of you who keep on yelling and saying that, oh, what next? What next? You also have the responsibility to do something. Why do you think the burden of doing something lays with Diana Ross or other people? Don't ask me what's next. Tell me what you can do. Ask me what next. What are you doing about what is happening? What can you do? What are you willing to do? A lot of you are here ready to just ask what's next. You sit back, you do nothing, you don't do research, you don't find out anything. You want people to do the work for you. You want people to do everything for you. And then you're like, what next? Show your questions in your ask one. Don't ask me any questions about what next. Ask yourself, what have you done? You sit in your chairs and you sit in your homes and you're asking me what next while you do nothing. All you know how to write is Kapunye. And you go and tap on Boscan's platform. That is all you can do. But when you are asked one thing that huyo Kapunye alikufanyia, you cannot say it. Wajinga nyinyi. I heard Auka recklessly speak yesterday, and I questioned so many things about him, but I know that Auka is a cartel. Auka is a cartel. That one I will tell you. Auka is the head, one of the head cartels here. And he does it so smoothly and swiftly that nobody even notices. In fact, Auka is the polished version of Peter Kioi. Ushaona Peter Kioi sasa ni ule mshamba, lakini Auka ndio polished version. Yule mwenye atakuja akuvalie suti, akuambie anafanya kazi benki na kila kitu. Akupapase, akutakasi, akuuzie yote mazuri, and wear the most expensive perfume and sell you snake oil, my friend. Auka is just another Peter Kioi. The only difference between the Auka and Peter Kioi is that Auka is in America and Peter Kioi is in Ukambani, Katunguli or something. That's the only difference. Exactly, the devil wearing Prada. And that is why I heard him speak yesterday. And I questioned so many things about him. I'm like, he was on a platform saying that, oh, why don't you take a flight and go home? Taka. Take a flight and go home. Because you want people to do your dirty work. You don't want to be responsible for anything. And who are you to even ask or give directions on what should be done or not done? Nikasikia mwingine akipiga akisema ati hey, mnafuatana na yeye sasa kwa nini? Like even the people you expect to be reasonable on this platform are just dumb fucktards. So this platform, for sure, integrity has gone to the dogs. But we are not giving up on it. Personally, as Diana Ross, I will speak about anything I need to speak about. I will talk about any issues that I need to talk about. And there's nobody on this platform that can stop me from doing so. It doesn't matter how many times you open a live for Diana. It doesn't matter how many times you make noise about work. I will stand by my ground and I'll speak for my truth. Yes, Githaiga is another one. Githaiga is another dog for hire that can be bought for even 2 shillings. He comes up with stories about kuwekewa mchele, but there is no police case, there is no police report. Radio imeibiwa, mchele imewekwa sijui kwa bar. He never reported anywhere, nothing, no case going on, nothing at all. Then you wake up with a sob story. When you question him, he will start making noise about Rosso's money. And I've seen them start a narrative about Diana Ross being given money by Rosso. Listen, because I do understand that you struggle with comprehension, most of you. Rosso gave me his private money. He was a private donor. And he did not ask me to do any accountability. He actually asked me what I wanted, and I'm the one who made a choice. It was not money I was supposed to come and account for. It was not money for any TikTokers. It was not public funding. That was a private donation. So I see most of you getting excited about it, that now that was content, that you are looking for accountability from me. That was not public funds. That was a private donation given in public. I need you guys to understand the difference. But I do know that you struggle with comprehension, so it's okay. Yani zile ujinga nimeona kwa hii platform. Kuna chiriku mwingine anapiga, jana alikuwa amepiga kelele, huyu hata sina haja ya kumpatia hata time yangu. I didn't ask for any money from Rosso. Rosso gave it for me voluntarily. Ujinga imeenda shule. So I'm just gonna tell you one thing, that on this platform we all have a responsibility of making sure we are either our sisters or brothers keeper, but that does not mean we continue gatekeeping for the people who are doing things that are harmful on this platform. Peter Kioi did and has done the most despicable thing I've ever seen. It's just disgusting, and the fact that he keeps on trying to defend himself is sick. And Peter Kioi did not work by alone. If Peter Kioi, for example, today is taken to court, there is no way MC Chris atakosa kukua hapo. There is no way Chicha atakosa kuambiwa kuja kotini, because Chicha alikuwa na yeye kwa mochari, na hiyo group yenye walikuwa nayo MC Chris ni admin. If you are going to be taking anyone somewhere for obtaining money with false pretense, it will be, how did he obtain the money? It was through a WhatsApp group. How did he send that money? How did he talk about the death of his child? In a WhatsApp group. So you people trying to dissociate yourself and remove yourself from this whole saga is just foolish. The platforms that whipped him up, the platforms that contributed to him, they are all his accomplices. Why would you be giving money when you have no proof there is a child that was dead? Why would you be sitting in a WhatsApp group while you have no proof that a child was even born? The only reason is one: you are an accomplice, period. So this was a cartel job gone wrong. And that's just the truth of the matter. There is no mchango on this platform that nobody is eating or benefiting from. Tusijidanganye. And that is why unaonanga kama kuna mchango hapa, watu wanakimbilia, watu wanataka kupigana na kuraruana kwa sababu ya michango. That is why wanataka kupigana, kwa sababu wanajua kwa michango wanapata kitu. Kama mchango haingekuwa na kitu, mbona why would anyone bother? Nobody. And that's how it works. Yes. And people like pretending and say, oh, I can never be a con. I can never do anything bad like that because I have a brand to protect. Ha, chekesha. If you have a brand to protect, you don't allow yourself
they all reign to say, we don't want accountability, we don't want a refund because they had their cut.
Of course, that's why they don't want a refund, because wameshapata cut yao. They don't want, because
exactly.
They have all gotten their cut. They've all wote wamepata cut yao. Hiyo imeshaisha. Whatever they needed to do, they did.
Jesus Christ, I'm going to forward you some names because it will be, you are a man, you are attacking women. I'm going to send you some names which have been cleaning dirt, including death, and covering up for these murderers and scams. And they are doing the same thing again with the same people. And we are just supposed to say, yeah, this is right. I disagree so much me kusema mwizi wetu. Then basi, we should also accept Ruto kukuwa mwizi wetu.
Yes, if we have decided that the standard of the existing on TikTok is to be okay with theft and fraud, don't call out anybody. Let us all steal and let us all be okay with it. Usiongelele mtu kuhusu chochote. Tafadhali, kama umeamua ni mwizi wenu, usiwahi kukuja hapa kuongelelea chochote ama kucomplain about anything. Don't. And so now, yeah, that's it. Now ukae na hao wezi wenu wawasaidieni na miradi yenu. That's it. Because this is a platform that is large. We have to coexist. It's such a narrative.
People are busy saying, let us fundraise and support Morara Kebaso. And I open my mouth, I say, yes, he has good ideas, but we need a manifesto. Yeah, Morara Kebaso for president. Ruto must go. And you, the same person, not even same person, same groups. Now they are groups, group yellow, group white, group what? We are supposed to defend a thief and assume all is right. Then I was asking, you have lost your child. The first thing is to go and check that body, or is to make groups. When do you even have time for WhatsApp groups? You can't have that. You can't be texting. Texting who? You will either make that call as you are on your way to go and check that kid. There is no way you will start making WhatsApp groups. Peter Kioi knew exactly what he was doing. First of all, ask the sympathy card that he always plays with these women, especially from abroad. Why did I not die? The last time it was Chira. I have been waiting for my time. Now my kid, why my kid? I am the one who's supposed to die. Oh, Peter, don't worry. You know, we got you. It's amazing. So sad. I really feel you. So what are you going to do? Can we just form the diaspora group again, start fundraising, and blah, 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 blah. And then they come together. They start sending. After that, Peter anashika pesa ya kwanza ya kwenda kuhaya gari. This thing happened. Akisha haya gari ni kuangalia ni nani ataongea. Diana, I am wondering how my account disappeared on the second day of the event. My big account disappeared just wow. And I'm in the darkness. I can't tell anyone anything that is going on. All of a sudden, mtoto amekufa, mtoto ako kwa mortuary. So you are telling people to fundraise. You don't know which mortuary the child is in. You have not seen the body, but you are fundraising and you are taking monies.
Can you imagine?
How does that even work?
Do you know that child was given a name? Kama sasa wameshatafuta mwili huko City Mortuary na wakashindwa. Sasa tijina wanajaribu. They thought about faking documents. Wakaona iko inaenda kufanya.
Trust me, I have seen this picture before on Facebook. This specific picture of this child, I have seen it on Facebook, if I'm not forgetting.
Of course, he took it from pregnant moms. He took it from a post of another lady who lost her child, for sure.
Was it in 2021, 2022? I was like, wait.
2022.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, kwani pito mtu yamekufa mara mbili? I received a block. And I thought, by the way, I was convinced like maybe he's mourning something that happened sometime. Not like now. But now upon seeing these fundraisings and then there are those women who are always on TikTok. The moment you catch a thief red-handed, they will come, they will call other fellow. By the way, ladies in Gulf, mwache kutumika hivyo. You are the ones giving these people power. You don't know it. The moment you follow people 10,000 and he or she using 10,000 people to insult an individual, you are the one empowering these people. Stop empowering them kwa ujinga. If somebody is stupid, is stupid. You cannot sugarcoat that. If he's a thief, he's a thief. Kesho, kitu ya penye pita, Diana Rose will be on the list. You paid what did they hitman, you are the one who paid the driver, you are the one who did this. But the thing is, kuna watu wame fundraise not because they have extra or they are abroad. They just tried to sacrifice because they saw that was emergency. And the moment someone realizes nililala njaa, ukijana enda akalewe. Alafu niambie nani mtoto wake anakufa, mtoto mdogo unaenda road trip. All those red flags and people are still fundraising. How can you go for a road trip? Who does that? Are you mad?
Kioi alienda mpaka kutafuta sanduku ya mtoto mdogo na hakuna mtoto wake mwenye hata alizaliwa. He went to buy a coffin for a child that he has not seen.
So how do you start fundraising for a body you haven't seen and you are a father? Then you are very right about the WhatsApp text. It is called anyone who wants that app can go download an APK. You cannot find it on App Store or Play Store. You can only find it as an APK. Just go and write WhatsApp fake messages. There is an app you can download and text yourself. All those texts, you are very right. The language was the same. The response was the same. There was no difference. It is just one person. And the only thing that he did that was true is at the end of the day, he gave a true number of Eve. But people did not realize as he was giving out the number, it was different texts. But people said, oh, Peter tunakuamini, Peter is innocent, Timpapo, Peter. No. There is no way you will form groups if you've not seen a body. Okay, which hospital did this child die?
Jambazi.
Which hospital?
Wewe unasema hospital. Alisema mtoto alikuwa na heart disease. Heart disease number 1. Mtoto alikuwa na
heart documents?
Documents hakuna ya heart disease. There was no admission, nothing, no paperwork, not even card ya clinic haikuwa. Hiyo kadi ya yellow ya mama hiyo haikuwa.
Please guys, let us stand by the truth. We might be hated. Me, I will not take any side. Any side that stands for the truth, that is my side. And please, very, you know, I this life has been shared to me and nimeambiwa Diana Rose anabonga kuja usikie. I have been here for like an hour and trust me, the information you've given, if anyone doesn't understand this, they will never understand. They can never understand. You've given bit by bit how it all went down, and for sure one point is leading to the other and the other, and there is nothing to join the dots. It's a very smooth road you've taken through us, and I'm really grateful now. At least I have a woman in my camp. Nikiona mwanamke anakosea, mimi nitakuwa na kurushia tu na kuambia deal na huyu. Ni mwanamke mwenzako, itakuwa mimi naingilia. Because
I don't do camps, Nani. Truth Watchdog. I'm not a camp person. I have seen.
No, I don't have camps as well.
Nimeona mtu ameuliza eti which hospital was Peter Kioi's child in. Mtoto wa Peter Kioi alikuwa kwa nini? Kwa Peter Kioi Hospital Kianguli. They admitted his child at Peter Kioi Hospital in Kianguli, Machakos County. You've not heard of that hospital? Nala kuna swali nyingine tena. Amjui hiyo hospitali? Amjasikia hiyo hospitali nini?
WTD. Why are you always in places and you don't ask legitimate questions? If somebody was being called for saying something, why are they now all over Diana because Diana was the whistleblower? Mbona hawataki ku take responsibility of calling this person out? Just because Diana Ross ndiye alikuwa ameblow whistle, now everybody's like, oh, it's okay. Mimi niliwaambia kitu moja, you guys are spoiling for the next victims that are coming here to ask for mchango. It's not about Diana, it's not about whoever was involved in this whole situation. We no longer trust you people, and Kenyans are slowly withdrawing. Kenyans abroad are slowly withdrawing from easy shenanigans za mchango na nini. Kama mja realize, by the way, it's not as it used to be back in the days. Things are really changing.
Hata gifting tumechange.
Gifting hata mnaweza ona, angalieni saizi match za majuu na match za nyumbani. It's not that we don't want to support you guys. You guys have shown us a lot of disrespect and gratefulness and couth characteristics that people don't want to associate with anybody anymore. Hakuna mtu akona machungu na mtu. We are not envying anybody's progress. But when we do things for you guys and come and splash them on our faces like hatujui ni nini, we don't understand ourselves. It's not like that. Mtu kama Jill Scott used to give a lot back in the society. Jill Scott saizi hata pesa yake haizi kupatia ovyo ovyo. Guys, we need to call things out. Msikuje mkasema ati so because it's this person that may blow whistle ya huyu mtu, now it's good for us not to, because you are going against Diana Ross. Mimi nilisema I'm team nobody, I'm standing on my own as Big Daddy. If you come with a legitimate story, we will investigate you na tutakusaidia vile tunaweza. But mwache kukuja na hii historia. If somebody stand up for something that is right, now we have to crucify whoever has blown the whistle just because you don't get along with them. That shenanigan need to stop. And WTD, wewe unaendaga kwa you usually go to a lot of platforms. Tell the truth where the truth needs to be told. Si ati mtu mmoja akikosea sasa tutampaka rangi because mwenye alileta your story is not being supported with so many of us. We need to stop that bullshit. Tunaharibia njia wenye wanakuja, si wenye wako hapa saizi. Thank you, very important.
Unajua Big Daddy, the sickest thing about this is that they think ati this is a war between Diana Ross and them. This is really not about Diana Ross. This is about integrity. This is about what this person did. The levels that he went. Mtu anaenda mpaka anapose kwa mortuary. Jamani. Like, we need to just be honest. Remove Diana Ross from the picture. You can hate me, yes, but please call out what has happened.
Asishuke hapa. Big Daddy asishuke hapa. Nataka kuongea na Big Daddy.
Anyway, anatuma request. Good. Yani mtu anaenda mpaka anaenda kujaribu kununua body. Guy, ni watu huyu si ni mtu anaweza ua watu? Ama muoni? Mimi hiyo hate hata inibother, but like there's something wrong with you if you are clouded with hate to the point that it blinds you from seeing what is right and wrong, then there's something wrong with you. Like, why would you invest so much in someone like that? Mpaka unakuwa na chukia ina hiyo. For what? Where Sarah, sikujui. Don't send a request to my live. I don't know you. Please. Yani uko na chuki mpaka huwezi ukaona. Umeweka chuki eti Diana Ross. Unamka asubuhi Diana Ross. Unalala Diana Ross. Ukikula Diana Ross. Wengine wenu mnanitaja more than mnataja wapenzi wenu. Muko karibu hata kunitaja ukidinywa. Uko karibu Diana Ross. Yeah, uko karibu kuniita jina ukikam. Please, it's crazy. Like, you need to take care of yourself.
Do you remember?
That's obsession.
Do you remember what Lady Jacqueline said? That the reason why I was not helped with my dad, it's because I associated with Diana Ross. At anything or anybody that will associate with Diana Ross, we are not gonna board. See what Lady Jacqueline amekuwa akisema? And they were even saying that they are going to defend this Kioi Dhifari here on TikTok because you are the whistleblower. Because sasa si usiku alikuwa anasema kule kwa Boskana akisema ati wewe sasa utafute kitu kingine ya kukua famous nayo. Hiyo ya Peter Kioi wameshakanyagia. And why do you think walienda wakapanda pale kwa mali safi and they started diverting the issue becoming that it's pressure against Nyako? See, they walipata nani mali safi anaongelelea this issue of how TikTokers have been conned But what did they do? They changed the whole narrative. Ikwe now it's about war ya Nyako na Pesh, so that people will not discuss what exactly Kioi did to people here.
But that was the responsibility of Malisafi. Malisafi is the owner of the platform. He needed to control his platform.
Malisafi is the control platform. Malisafi akona njaa. So where there is food, he will always be following that smoke.
Hiyo njaa ndio inamuuliza. Hiyo njaa ndio inamuumiza, lakini
Malisafi is not somebody can be relied on. Sina beef na, but I'll say the truth. He cannot be relied on. There are things where you call people out with their names. Mimi siko kwa mfuko ya mtu, and I've never been in anybody's pocket, but tell people the truth where the truth need to be told. It's as simple as such. You guys have really spoiled this good platform. Mimi, I remember when I joined this, kuna days we could raise over 500,000, 2 million in one fucking time. With when people needed, when people walikuwa na genuine problems. Saizi hata 500,000 uwezi raise kirahisi. Maybe ukuje kwa Big Daddy ujitetee vizuri, mimi nitamobilize watu wangu wa kuchangia. But you guys have really TikTok hapa. Let me tell you guys one thing. Watu wenye wanawatch kwa live watu 2.1k. TikTok is the only place where mtu ana sauti na kona followers atakuja kudisrespect watu wakona, people that understand themselves. Guys, there is no validation that is needed here. Your credential, your education, your money has nothing to do with what you're doing here. So long as you come here to associate with us, we are all villagers, we are all educated, or rather we are all fools. Ukishajileta hapa, the moment you join where all of us are, you are here associating with us, you are as equal as we are. We don't care about your money, we don't care about your education, we don't care about your degrees, we don't care the amount of the money and the houses and the cars that you own. You've come in a platform that kuna magaidi, pia wewe ni guide as us. So it's either we are all getting along with the same protocol, or we either respecting each other with the same sentiment, or we are all going to hell as we should with the devil himself. That is it.
Na wewe Big Daddy, uko na controller. Do you have a controller in your platform who should decide who should come to your platform and who should not?
Nani huyu dia elewani na MP anakuja kwangu, dia anakuja kwangu. Have you ever ushay kuja kusema nimeweka kwa mfuko ya mtu? Mimi am unaffordable because I'm very arrogant by the way. Huwezi ni afford kutaka ukianza.
Big Daddy, you remember? Unakumbuka mimi Big Daddy when I lost my father, ayua wewe nilikujanga kwa inbox yako nikasikia mtu akisema ati Bagidasa asikuja kwa
no, sikiza Bagidasa nilisikiza. Let me say what I heard during that time. Niliambiwa ati unakuja na kuchangia na huku kwa umeniongelesha mimi, nikaambia watu mimi have not talked to you, siwezi fanya mchango before niongee na mtu nilikuwa nataka kuchanga, because first of all there is these narratives tunaambiwaga hapa, mtu kama mimi aichangia for people, naambiwa ati I get a cut of what I'm raising for people. Guys, I live very well in my special place where I am right now. I don't need anybody's extra money. Ukitaka kunipatia, it comes from your heart. Ukikuja kwa live yangu sema unatumia pesa ya pombe, mimi ni mlevi, nitasema tuma. Okay? So if somebody wants to give me something from the heart, does not mean that I'm broke. I'm not a broke man, guys. I earn a living.
What a Big Daddy.
I have a full-time job. Says that I work 6 days. There were others out there that were saying that I'm planning kuchangia na mimi huko when approach. So siku respond because I was like, how are you out there unasema Big Daddy anaenda kuchanga. Let me tell you something Magitacha. Mimi am a very open book. Na mimi hata kuna watu wamenikosea, watu wamenitukana kama Malisafi, I still go ahead and support them during their games. Why would I not changa for you na sikuwa na beef na wewe? Wewe hata hujai nifungulia platform kanitukana.
So but Nini M was claiming that I've insulted you before Big Daddy. Have I ever insulted you?
Me and you, we've never had any arguments, and you know very well I do not inherit people's enmity. Mimi I don't try to have people's back.
Na mimi Big Daddy, let me tell you, I stopped coming to your platform because of her. Because every time she would see me there, she would start fighting me. Every time she would see me there, she would start fighting me. And that is why I stopped coming to your platform. I just did stop coming to your platform at because me I have beef for issues with you. You understand? So anyway, I just wanted to make that clear. Because uongo mingi sana ilisemangwa hapa that I've never found a day to defend about.
Matanga ya real, angefanya aje, angepanga watu wa kupika. Angefanya aje nyi watu? Hilo story ya cremation ndiye angekuja nayo, aseme hii kitu iko private, alafu aende akanunue powder awaeke kwa container. Alafu atembee na hiyo powder na container akilia. My son. I swear kwa Mungu nisiwadanganyi. Peter Kioi alikuwa anaenda kununua powder ama ile jibu ya jiko. angeingiza kwa kikombe na atembe nayo hapa kwa TikTok. That was his next plan. Like how was this how was he going to pull this thing? Aya, wacha niwachekeshe, sijamsahau kuambia. Mnaona hiyo nyumba yenye ilipelekwa nini? Shopping ya 50,000. Mumeniwekea masikio niwachekeshe. Hiyo nyumba. Chekesha you guys. Ni watu. Tuna deal na tag. Peter Kioi walienda wakafanya shopping, wakaenda na huyu msichana. Unaona huyu msichana mwenye anaitwaje? Anaitwa Abrilama. Huyu msichana anaitwaje? Huyu mwenye alikuja hapa kusema walienda road trip.
Eve ama?
Huyu mwenye walienda road trip na yeye wasana
Freezil.
Sasa si Freezil alifikiria huko ndio kwa Eve. Mama we, huko hata si kwa Eve. Wacheni wachekeshe. Peter Kioi na Eve hawakutaka Freezil ajue pali Eve anaishi. Wakaenda wakamdrop mahali, alafu anamwambia anaishi kwa second floor. Imagine walimdrop tu kwa plot nyingine huko. Alafu Peter Kioi baadaye akamwambia sasa uchukue taxi ujitokee uende pale unaenda. Can you believe it? Freezil naye hapa anafikiria anajua pale Eve anaishi. Hata huko kwa hiyo ploti hakuna mtu anajua hata huyo Eve. I swear you guys. Muda kuchoa tuna deal na jambazi. He did not. Sina nakwambia huyu mtu, hii matanga Peter Kioi angeipanga vizuri. Tena angeipanga na kina Brina. Ule ya Brina, nani anakumbuka Brina? Niko sure Brina amerudi kwa picture hapa kwa TikTok. I swear to you. Is Brina back? Juu kina Nyako sahi wana regroup, anataka ku revamp. She wants to come back. As Brina ameongea? Niko sure by Saturday Brina atakuwa amejitokeza. Kama sidanganyi. Nimewambia hapa. Brina ndiye angekuwa anapika. Brina ndiye angetengeneza place yenye watu wanaenda kupika. TikTokers wangefika huko. Cindy angelipwa pesa a faint hapo juu ya hiyo nini kikombe ya majibu ya jiko. Lakini Nyakwaro wangeanguka na manduru. Let me tell you, that is how it was going to happen. Haya. Alafu MC Chris ndiye angekuwa MC hapo. Angefika hapo na maombi kibao. I'm not lying to you. That is how it was going to be. Kwani si you guys know how funerals happen here. Walikuwa wanaenda kuhaya an Airbnb. Wakisha haya Airbnb, TikTokers wangefika hapo na wapate hiyo kikombe ya jibu ya jiko. Imesimama hapo, imeandikwa Peter San. Peter angelia usiku mzima, make sure macho zake ziko red na mdomo imefura. Alie the whole time. Mkiingia kama wageni mnampata kama hasaidiki, hajipati. Tizia naye angearrive. Siku hizi nafikiria anakuja na nduthi. Si nimesikia Tizia na gari yake sijui ilikuwa na nini. Ni drama gani na gari ya Tizia ni watu? Haya angefika. Na Nyakwaro wafike. Waandike hapo kwa hiyo kikombe jaya lemaya. Naki you guys, manze we are dealing with a thug. As long as it brings you coins to the table, do it. Mimi, I don't have hate for anyone. Sina. And I cannot invest in someone that much that namuongelelea kila siku. I don't do that. If you don't like me, block me. If I don't like you, I block you. Period. That's what I do. Sina haja. I don't have time to go any further than that. Did you reach out to Freezil? Yeah, I talked to Freezil even today. Niliongea na yeye hata leo asubuhi. Aki tinted. Wacha tu nisiongee because unajua kitu ulifanya. But mimi siku hizi nimeokoka. Sitaki kukufanyia nini. I'm not a tit for that person. Yes, Rina, hizo namba za simu ni za Kioi. Si Kioi alitengeneza tu namba za simu. Kipita alikuwa anaongea. That's what happened.
Let me tell you D. Wacha nikuambie. Jana alikuwa ameenda hapo kwa Buscana ati anafungulia watu messages za M-Pesa. Ati angalieni, this is the amount I sent to Eve. Hii ni jina ya nani? And let me tell you, what makes you think that this guy did not register an M-Pesa number to Eve's name? You understand?
But it's difficult to do that.
No, you can. You just need that. If I want to register an M-Pesa number with your name, I just need your ID, an original ID.
But how would
and
he
your
present
approval.
himself with an original ID and he's not a woman? See, I thought you go with your ID na unajipresent.
Si walikuwa pamoja in this deal, they were together in the deal, so anaweza kuwa amemuitisha na akaregister M-Pesa number. You understand? Akaregister M-Pesa number yenye bado yeye ndiye ana control ile number. You know, he is very manipulative. Clearly you can say he was very manipulative of this girl. She was playing to his tune. And that is why up to now this lady cannot appear here ajaribu ati anajaribu kujidefend. As long hapa Kenya, as long as I have your original ID, I can register a number. Hapa si kama abroad, mali mnafuata so many protocols to control to register a number. Besides, they were together in the deal. So anaweza mwambia later your ID ni register number. Nitumiwe pesa huko. Pesa zinaingia huko. Then anakuja hapa kwambia nani hizi pesa nilitumia hivi. You might find that girl hata hajapata
So thank you so much for watching the video to the end. Remember to like, share, comment, and if you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe and put on the notification bell so that you know every time I post a new video. So guys, thank you. I'm gonna see you on my next video. Bye.